Hi, this is Raphael Ahevi, and today I want to share my story with you from the story of my life. And I believe that it will encourage someone to hold on and know that everyone has a story. And my full name is Raphael Koshi Ahevi. I'm a young man. I'm a Ghanaian born, and I'm a Voltarian. I'm from a place called Volta region of Ghana, and a very small village called the Po Homa in Katu district, and that is where I was born. My mother, originally from the Volta region, and a place called Bakpo in Dabala. And while my father is also from Togbeve in the same Volta region, and they came to uh, stay with their mother in Dakpo, so they remained in Dakpo home where I was born. So when I was born, you know, my my mother married previously and have my sisters or my six sisters before she came to marry my dad. And I was in a certain sense, I was the firstborn of my dad, but the sixth of my mother, which is the only male child of my mother before my younger brother was also born. Then my younger sister is also born. So he had three of us for my dad and have five in her previous relationship, which are my sisters. So when we were born, the journey continues. So we don't know what happens between my dad and my mom. And it happens that my mom has left us, and we don't know where she was. So I was very young with my younger brother. So she took my younger sister, who was less than a year away, and at a point she died. She was sick, and she brought her back to the village, and unfortunately she died, and she was buried. After the burial, then our mother left. Ever since, we haven't seen her. So my dad just have abandoned us on our grandmother, who was very old then. So our grandmother was very old in her 80s, but then we used to go to the farms, and together with her, I was very young, and my younger brother. So at the age of 4, 5, 6, we used to go together with her to the farm in a long distance farm. So we have to walk maybe 2 miles or 2 kilometers to go to the farm. So when we go to the farm, we cook in the farms, do everything in the farms, and then she will weed all day. Or we are also growing, so we are so young, so we can't weed with her. Then we begins to grow. Then she started giving us responsibilities to work alongside with her. There in the process, around maybe 7 years, when I was 7 years, then and my brother was around 5 years. Then my grandmother became blind, and she couldn't go to the farm with us again. So I have to begin to take the responsibility to take care of my blind grandmother and my younger brother, who also very young. So all of us have to grow very fast because there is no one for us to take care of us. The one who was taking care of us, who was our grandmother, is now blind. And life became very, very difficult for us as young children in that village. And sometimes even what to eat becomes a problem because my dad also was a very heavy drunkard. So because of the situation of life, he became very drunk, became a drunkard and always on drinks. When I help him we go to the fish, and when he gets money, only thing he does is only for drinking. And he was also not even staying with her. He married in another place again. So most of the time he based in another village with a woman that he has married. So we were just staying with our blind grandmother. So we have to fetch water from the river, and we have to go to the farm alone of some of our family members, our uncles, who are benevolent towards our grandmother, to give us food to um, help us to take care of also our blind grandmother. So I have to learn to cook at the age of 7. In I have to fetch water and heat water for my grandmother, take her to bath and bring her back to the room. So at that age, life becomes difficult. So our friends and our colleagues and in the village, they will be going uh, to school, but for me and my brother, we were not going to school. We desire to go, but there is no help for us. Our father only comes to beat us when we didn't do certain house choices, or we didn't fetch water, or our grandmother asks us to do something we failed to do. Then he will come and discipline us without any support. Then he will go back to where he came from. So life continues like that. I am someone who really like education, who love to learn, but there was no support for me to acquire the education that I wanted to. So at a point, then a certain man was staying in the city called Accra. So he came back to the village, and my dad spoke with him that, oh, I have a son, and by then I was around 9 years to 10 years. So my dad spoke with him that, oh no, I can come with him to the city or to Accra and work with him, because the man was a blacksmith. A blacksmith are the old ways of they work with metals and in a hot fire and form many uh, things, maybe chisel or hammer or different type of things. So in those years, I was given to this man to come and stay with him in the city in Accra. Then uh, was working with him, but the man was very abusive. Also, he's also drunkard. He also drinks a lot. And if you see me today, the reason why I don't like that maybe drinking and all those are not because of religion, but because of the experiences that I have had with people who drinks, example of my dad and my uncles and the people that I stayed with, and they are into those habits of drunkenness and nothing good comes out of it, and they become abusive at a point. So because of that, even as at this age, I don't like uh, kind of alcohol or intoxicated drinks. So I was staying with this man in the city. We will work hard and we'll form hammers. Those years there was no machine that breaks hammers, breaks stones for concrete for building. So we makes these hammers. Then we'll go to the places where they break the gravels or the stones for concrete. Then we will go and sell. Then I was staying with this man for just 1 year. The man became very abusive. Then I wake up very in the dawn or in the early morning around 2 a.m. Then I ran back. I was around 10 years to 11 years. I ran back to the village. But then when I left, my grandmother was just alone with my younger brother when I came to the city. So when I came to the city, I was thinking that maybe I would be the man will help me to be going to school, and still when I am after school, then I will be working with him. But it wasn't so. So I was just working, no schooling, and I see people going to school, and when they come back to school, they dress neatly, and I said, no, this is what I want. So I want to have education, but this man doesn't seem to help me. So I decided to run away back to the village. So when I went back to the village, uh, at that age, I used to work for people in their farms. I used to take uh, work from people. We used to be in the group, and then we work on people's farms, and then they pay us. And when I ran away from the city and went back to the village, that is the time that I decided that I'm going to look for my mother, because at that time I don't even know my mother. After 10, almost like 13, 14 years, I don't even know my mother. Even if I see her, I wouldn't know her because she has left for a long time without coming back to visit us. And life was very hard. So when I came back from the city, I told my grandmother that I need to see my mother to see whether if she can help me to start schooling. So I've heard that there is one woman in a place called Agbozuma. She's also from our village, and she knew where my mother was. So I talked to the woman that I will come to you so that you can take me to where my mother is. So I tried to gather up some money and I took a transport. Then I went to visit the woman. That day was the market day, so the woman was busy, so she couldn't take me to where my mother was in that day. So she said that the following morning she will take me to my mother in Aflao. So I stayed with the woman that early in the morning. Then she took me to where my mother was. So when we arrived, the woman who is my mother, was my mother, welcomed us and gave us seats to sit down. Then when we sat down, then the woman greeted her. Then she also greeted the woman. Then she says that she asked the woman, "Is this one of your sons?" Because even my mother don't even know me and cannot even remember me because she has left us for many years without even coming back to visit us and don't know us. So then the woman told her that no, this is not my son. This is your son, Koshi. That is one of my home name, which means I was born on Sunday. This is your son, Koshi, in the Homer. Then my mother said, "Hi, my son. You have grown now. You are now a big boy." By then I was maybe 13, 14. And then we talked, and I told her that the reason why I came and I'm looking for her is that when I was in the village, there is no one to help me to to go to school. So I came so that if there is any help that she can help me to start schooling, I'll be very, very happy. So when I told her, it's like she was in agreement, but really she wasn't happy about me coming to discover, to know where she is. So she decided to take me to her mother's village. I haven't been there before and I don't know that. So she decided to take me to her mother's village from where she was staying in the city in Aflau. So she took me there. So she says that as you stay there, the mother will give me something to bring to her, so that when I come back, then she will start. She will take me to school so that I'll start schooling. So when she said that she is going back. So she left. So I was in the village thinking that she will come back and take me so that I will start schooling. After a couple of months, over 6 months, I was in the village, just going to fetch mangoes under the tree, just going to swim in the rivers and doing nothing, staying with my second grandmother, who is my mother's mother, and my grandfather, which is my mother's father, and they were very old in age then. So I was staying with them, cooking for them, doing everything for them, thinking that my mother will come and take me back to where she is, which is Aflau, to start schooling. I waited and waited, and she wasn't coming. That is when I decided to start fetching firewood from the bush. Then, after fetching the firewood, then I sold it to one of the women which cooked a Ghanaian local dish called kenke. So I sold it to the woman. Then uh, I got some money. Then I told my grandmother and my grandfather that no, I'm going back to my mother. And they were not in agreement, but because I'm determined uh, to start schooling, I went back to her because she is married there in Apla when her husband was working as an immigration officer. So when I went back, she was surprised that I came back. And I told her that no, I came to look for her in order to start schooling. Then she was resisting in a certain way, but then the husband told her that if the child wants to go to school, then take her to the school. By then I was 14, 15. Then she took me to one, everybody in the house was going to government school, a public school, we call it. And then she took me to a private school um, named, it's a religious school called SDA primary, and it was a newly formed school. So they were putting in a bit of effort to educate the young people then to become the best. So when she took me to that school, I was tested. They test me to see the level of my understanding so that they would know which class which grade to put me. So when they tested me to write maybe ABCD, uh, I wasn't able to write it. I only wrote it up to a point I couldn't continue again. Then they decided that I should stay in, uh, I don't know how to call it, even kindergarten 2 or uh, kindergarten before you go to class 1 or grade 1. So they put me in that grade with the young children, and I was around almost 15 years. So it was the second term. So within that second term and the third term, I have picked up and I was doing excellently well. I begin to top everybody in the class and even my seniors in class 1 or grade 1. At that age, because I was a bit matured and older than even my seniors in the school then, so I was a bit fast in learning. And the school was also one of the best newly private schools there in the community. So it helped me to pick up very fast. Then in the third term, every exams that I did was 99, 100, 99, 100. Then I learned very fast to read, you know. So then I was promoted to class 1. Then in class 1, that was grade 1. In the grade 1, I was doing very well. The teacher was a very young lady then, and she was very strict on me. She was just like my sister, and she was really strict on me. And she really put in effort for me to educate me, to train me very well. So in class 1, I was doing very well. And my seniors, which are in class 2, was or grade 2, um, I was really competing with them, even though they were my seniors. But when it comes to reading and doing a certain basic things in the school, or like poem and many activities in the school, I was naturally like the leader of the school because I was older than everybody in the school. In the process of finishing the third term, then the teacher, the school, they promised me that based on the level of my understanding and my eloquency, they will promote me, they will champ me with my seniors. I was in class 1 or grade 1, and the next year they will jump me with my senior who are in class 2 or grade 2 to grade 3. So from class 1 or grade 1 to grade 3, or from class 1 to class 3. So I was very, very happy. So I went home in that holiday. Then I told my mother that this is what the teachers have told me, that they will jump me or they will promote me uh, with my seniors to class 3, from class 1 to class 3. So then I told my mother that I came to visit her now almost 1.5 years, and I left my younger brother and my blind grandmother in the village. So I want to go and visit them and see how they are feeding, so that before I come back and continue uh, my schooling. So when I I told her, she wasn't happy because she wanted me to stay and help her to sell uh, our local delicacies called Agbelikanklo. So the town where we are staying is a border town. It's a Togo, Ghana border town, so it's a busy town. So she wanted me to stay that holiday and help her to sell. But I insisted that I have to go and see my grandmother how she's faring. Then, when I said that she wasn't happy, but I insisted going, then she said that if I want to go, then when I go, I should tell my grandfather when I'm coming back, my grandfather should give me a school fees if I'm coming back. If my father didn't give me the school fees, I shouldn't come back. So I said, okay. Then I went back to my village. When I went to the village, I told my grandfather, my father, pardon me, that my mother says that when I'm coming back, you should give me a school fees. And if you didn't give me the school fees, I shouldn't come back. So my father said he heard me, so he will see what to do. So within that holiday, which is 30 days or 1 month holiday, I was in the village working for people in their farms, helping my uncles and my uncle's sons to harvest their maize, and the people in the village to support them to work in their farm. So when I work in their farm, they will give me some small money. When I go and harvest their maize for them, they will give me a portion of the maize. So at the end of the day, then I was about to go. Then I went to my father and says that I'm going back to where I'm staying with to my mother. So I need the school fees. Then my father said that he doesn't have anything. Then I cried and said that my mother said, if you didn't give me the money, I shouldn't come back. I should just stay in the village. So what am I going to do? He also said that he doesn't have. So what can he do? He can't do anything. So if I want to stay or if I want to go, it's up to me. Then I decided to gather the money that I had, and also the maize that my uncles and my uncle's sons has given me, and I gathered. So it was a big sack. So I decided to take it to my mother. So when I went, the very day that I arrived, she says that, where is the school fees? Has your father gave you the school fees? I said, no. He said he doesn't have money. Then my mother said that if he doesn't have the money, he hasn't given the school fees, then I have to go back to him and stay with him in the village. She doesn't want me here anymore. I cried and cried and said, no, then if it's like that, then the maize that I brought, then sell it so that we can have the money to pay the school fees. So within 1 week, I wasn't going to school when school reopened. So my teacher heard that my mother wanted to take me back to the village. So my teacher came to our home. She has never been to our house before, and she's a very promising young lady. She came from a very respectable family, and she was teaching us. Then she came to my mother and told her that she heard that you want to take Raphael back to the village, but I don't want you to take Raphael back to the village. Raphael is a very intelligent, that is me. He's a very intelligent young boy, and if he can stay in the school and go through schooling, I think that he will become a very important person in the future. So if it's because of, is this my teacher talking to my mother that if it's because of the school fees and you want to take him back to the village, don't take him back. Me, her teacher, I will pay the school fees. I'll be paying the school fees. A young girl of in her 21s spoke to my mother that she will pay my school fees. So when she was talking to my mother, it's like my mother was listening. After she has left and my mother has agreed that, okay, she won't take me back to the village and all that. After she has left, thinking that maybe the following day I will be coming to school, that the following day my mother went and sold the maize that I brought and take the money and say that she pack my things and pack my things and say that she's taking me back to the village. And she took me back to the village and dropped me in the village, that she doesn't want me anymore. And then she left me and went back to Aplau. Then when I went back to uh, the village, now I'm on my own. When I was staying with my mother in the village, in the Aplau in the city, I used to help her work in the house. We used to tide water or pure water in those years, and we have a fridge in the house. Our my uh, my mother's husband has a very big fridges, and he is working as an immigration and has a business in the house. So I used to help, used to cook, do everything in the house, you know. So I wasn't that type of a lazy child. I do everything. I do everything. I used to sell bread and kanklo is a local Ghanaian dishes, and it was hard when she took me back to the village. It was heartbroken. It was painful. It was disappointing that a mother should treat her only son and her son like this, because all of my life I've stayed with my grandmother and I wasn't going to school. There's nobody to help me, and I came to look for you and to help me now. Within just 1.5 years to 2 years, you're sending me back to the village where there is no future. So it was hard. So when she took me back to the village, I decided that I'm not going to stay home. I'm going to look for a school for myself. So remember that I was in class 1. So they just promised me that they would jump me to class 3. So when I came back to the village, I decided to go back to the public school or the government school in the village. So when I went to the village, I told the people that the teachers and the head teachers that I was in class 3, but I was in class 1. I was in class 3, so I'm now coming to class 4. So uh, they say, okay, if I was in class 3, that means I was now coming to class 4. Then I should be in class 4. So they put me in class 4. So that means that I was jumped from class 1 to class 4. So when they put me in class 4, within 1 month, I was stopping. Remember, I was coming from a very good private school. I was in the school for 1.5 years. So I was very, very good. Was very good academically. So when they put me in class 1, within 1 month, I was stopping everybody in class 4 from class 1 to class 4. Then the teacher decided that no, I should move to class 5. So now I was jumped from class 1 to class 5. So the class 5, I was doing very well. I was first, second, third, even in class 5. From class 1 to class 5, or from grade 1 to class 5. I was jumped from grade 1 to class 5. Even that, I was doing very, very, very well. First, second, third in the class. First, second, third in the class. I still remember those who I was competing with in the class even until today, because we are only 4 people who were very good in the class. So I went through the class 5, which is grade 5, and then we were promoted to grade 6 or class 6. So in class 6, I became because of my eloquence, because of my intelligence and my neatness and my discipline. So I became the school prefect. I became the SP, we call it in Ghana, SP or school prefect. So if the head teacher is not there, if the assistant head teacher is not there, if the teachers are not there, is the school prefect who is in charge of the whole school. So I became the leader of the student body in that primary school. So I was doing very well in that school. So I only spent one term in class 6 or grade 6. Then one of my extended uncles came back to the village and heard how hardworking I was. Then he also decided that then I should come to him again in the second capital city of Ghana called Kumasi. And then my father, he spoke to my father. Then my father said, okay, no, if I have somebody that want to help me, because I was helping myself. I was working in people's farms and at the same time taking care of myself in the school. So it was a bit hard for me, but I was doing because I was determined to educate myself and to achieve something in life. So when this extended uncle of mine came back to the village and heard how intelligent and how hardworking I am or I was, they decided that I should go with him to the second capital city of Kumasi. Then I went with him, that he is going to help me to go to school. He has a mill, or which we call in Ghana, or nikanika or gate, um, that he that is his business. So he planted these milli mills or machines that grants local maize and pepper or peri peri or what is the name, tomatoes and different things. So I will go to school. So when I went to the school in the city, they says that because I'm coming from another school, and which is also in the village before coming to the city, so they have to test me whether by then I was in grade 6 or class 6. So they said they have to test me if I'm capable to continue on the class 6. So they tested me, I passed. So I continue even the class 6 in the city, Kumasi, the second capital of Ghana. So when I will go to school, I'll wake up early in the morning, fetch water in the milli mill or what is the name, Nika, or I prepare everything. Then I'll go to school and come back after school. When I come back from school, then I have to help the people who are working in uh, the company or whatever it is. And when I will work with them, then the following month I'll go to school and come back. Then one morning, my uncle, when he wake up, he have three children, but he usually come first to call me to get ready and prepare before going to school. Then one morning he got up and came back with a plastic rubber. Then by then I was in my early 18, 19s. Then he gave it to me to put down for him. But I didn't know what it was inside this black polythene or plastic bag. So I just put it down, knowing that he told me that when he needs it, he will ask me. I said, okay. So I just put it down, knowing that maybe he said that when he needs it, he will ask me. So I put it down for almost going to a year. The thing was still there in my room, and he was in. I don't even know what was inside the plastic. So one evening, I just heard that my uncle is looking for something, and he has accused his wife and his children that they are the one who are stolen that very thing. So a certain woman was asking me whether if I see something, he says that his document and his papers and things. I said no. I didn't see anything like that. And then I remember that he gave me some plastic bags almost going to a year ago. And and uh, so I said to myself, no, if that is what he's looking for, he told me that if he needs it, he will call, he will ask me, but he hasn't asked me, so I don't know what was inside the plastic. Then early in the morning, then already he has waked up and went to. They were going to fetch his praise to because he has accused his wife and his children that they are the one, and they too say that they are not the one, and I didn't heard it. And when the woman told me, then the following morning, I decided to bring the paper out. Already, he has gone with his family to. They were going. They moved to another location in Ghana. We were staying in Ahinsan, and they have moved to Kase, and then from Kase they will be going to Obuase to the fetish priest to check whether who has stolen the thing. Then when I brought the things out, it was a Saturday morning. Then I brought the things out for the people who are working there to find out whether what our uncle is looking for is that what I have. So when I brought the things out, they check and say that yeah, this is the things that he's looking for, and is his house, his property, his documents for lands and houses and the businesses that he had in the city. So then they gave me money to run and go and tell him that what he's looking for, we have found it. So when I went and told him, already they haven't gone to the Obuasi in Ghana uh, to the fetish place to find out who has stolen the thing. So when I told him that, oh, we have found the thing, he said, well, how did we find it? I said, no, we gave it to me almost a year ago. He was taken aback that how. I said, yes, you have given it to me that I should put it down for you early morning around 4, that if you need it, you will ask me. So when I told him he wasn't sure, so he came with me to come and check everything. So when he came and checked everything, everything that he was looking for was there. So he took them, and um, it was hard. So I don't know whether he remembered or he hasn't remembered that he is the one who gave the thing to me. So his attitude and behavior totally changed towards me. So because he was a bit embarrassed in a way because of the accusation that he has given to his wife and his children, then the family that he has summoned the family, her wife and the children to demands that he brings me to Obuasi. So he took me to Obuasi. Then the elders, about 7 people, very old, and I was a very young man. So I was sitting with these people. Then they were asking me, interrogating me, asking me, where did I get this thing, these papers from? Because my uncle sitting here says that he hasn't given me anything. So where did I get it from? I said, no, I cannot lie. I don't lie. It's my uncle here who gave me the document, the things, but I don't know what it was inside. So me, I just put it and pack my books on them. So I don't know that he was looking for it. So it's only someone, this person told me that my uncle was looking for something. And then I decided to bring this out for my brothers to check whether if what uncle is looking for is the one. And they said, no, I'm lying because they have gone to the fetish priest, they have gone to the voodoo people, they have discovered that it's the woman who stole the thing. Then when she realized that the husband is taking her to voodoo or to fetish priest and all those type of things, that is when she gave it to me and gave me money, which is 2 million then 2 million maybe 26 years ago or 27 years ago. It's a lot of money in Ghana. And gave me money that I should say that it's my uncle who gave it to me. I said, no, I don't lie. It's my uncle here who gave me Akana. It's not his wife. And they said, no, this child is lying. And they will call the police. They're just trying to psychologically test me to see whether I'm saying the truth. So they try everything, and they say that no. At the point, they just told my uncle that no, he should go back with me to uh, to Kumasi. Then when we came back to Kumasi, my uncle's behavior, how he likes me and care for me, her attitude totally changed. And by then, I was in GSS 1, which is grade 7. And her attitude, it was the third term, so it was a Christmas season. Then my uncle told me that I should pack my things. He's taking me back to the village. So I have no choice. So I have to also pack my things again. And my uncle took me back and also dropped me back to the village like the same way my mother did. And I came back to the village with no hope, with no help. My father is there, but they don't have the means to help me to continue my education. But when I came back to the village, I decided that no, I have tested school. I have tested the city. I know how life is based compared to the life in the village. So I decided that no, I will not just stay in the village and waste my life. I have to go back to the village, but I have to go back to school. So I decided that I won't go back to my former school that I was in the village, which is near to me, but I will go to another school which is a bit far, almost like 1.5 kilometers or 1.5 miles from my village, the Pohoma, to Gagodofe, in my area. So every morning I went to look for space for myself there and start schooling there. So I was in GSS 1 or grade 8. And then I started the school there again. Then I was doing well in GSS 1. Then I was still first, second, third in the school. Then the head teachers and the teachers came together because my best friend was also in GSS 3, and Randolph Jose was one of my best friends in the village. So we moved together, we go to farms together, we work for people in their farms together, we play in the marketplace together, we go to the football pitch or football park to play together. So everywhere we are together. So when the teachers also find the base of my intelligence, and they decided that okay, um, at the end of the third term in GSS 1 or in grade 8, they decided that the following term they would jump me from class GSS 1 to GSS 3, which is grade 7 to grade 9. That means that I won't go to uh, grade 8. I will jump from grade 7 to grade 9, or from GSS 1 to GSS 2. I will not go to GSS 2. So they jumped me, and I joined my seniors or my colleagues in the GSS 3. Then I studied with them. Then I went to write the grade 9 or GSS 3 BEC exams with them. So, and when the result comes out, I did a bit well, not that much, because of in all my schooling, I went to primary for 3 years, and then the GSS or the junior high school for 2 years. Then I went to write the BC. Then that was so within 5 years. That is all the education that I had. and that was the end of my what's the name, schooling, so to say. But I think that I will end here, and I will continue in the part two. And I would like you to like, subscribe, and follow, because we all have stories and they are a bit of things. So I'm still going to share. There is it's a journey. So I would like you to follow the story and share the story. And I'm sharing this to just encourage you to say that we all have story, we have challenges, and we want to accomplish great things, but they are not people, or we don't have the opportunities that others have. But that shouldn't stop us from following our dreams and visions. And this is Raphael Ahabi, and I'm still going to continue. So uh, uh, I will continue. Thank you for watching.